Welcome. This is Odum Maths. Today I want us to look at graph of quadratic equation, and then we are looking at increasing or decreasing values of quadratic graph. And this time, this is a U-shaped graph. That is where a is equal to positive 1, or where a is equal to positive, or where a is greater than 0. Okay. Now, when we are given this to state the increasing and then decreasing values, so we decrease from this point to this point, and then increase from this point to this point. So when you are from here going down, that is, you are in a valley, you are moving down, you are decreasing in height, and then you increase in height again. Now let's look at the equation of line of symmetry. So the equation of line of symmetry is x is equal to, per this diagram, the line divides the graph through b. So it's x equal to b. That is the equation of line of symmetry. Then the minimum value. So I said for the minimum value, we need the y components. We need only the y components. So that is this is the depth of this value. The depth, the deeper parts of this value is on the y equals d. So the minimum value for this graph is y equals d. Then let's look at the minimum points. The minimum points, for the points I said earlier, we need that of the x components and the y components. So here the x component is b and then the y component is d. So the minimum points is into brackets b, d. Please make sure this, especially this one, is written in brackets. Okay. So let's look at increasing and then decreasing values of this graph. Now, per this graph, per this diagram, the range of values of x for which y is decreasing. So the values of x for which y decreasing or decreases start from a to b. Then it increases from b to c. So we write the range of values of x for which y on the graph is decreasing is a less or equal to x less than b. Or we can also say x is less than b, because those from a to b, those values here are all less than b. So we can say x is less than b. Then again, the range of values of x for which y on the graph is increasing. So y increases, I said earlier, from b on the x, from b to c, but b is not included. So here, the answer becomes b less than x less or equal to c. Or you can also say the values from b upwards are all greater than b. So x values that are greater than b. So that is that. Now let's look at this table. This table has got its graph on the graph board. So looking at this, the range of values of x for which x is y is increasing. So this is positive 6 to 0, means this has decreased. Now here we have 0 to 6. That is increasing. Then we can start from this point. The graph is decreasing. Then the graph started increasing from this point upwards. So the range of values of the for which x is decreasing, we can say that negative 2 less or equal to x less than 1.5, because this is the turning point or the minimum point. So negative 2 less or equal to x less than 1.5. Then increasing, that is negative 2 less than x less or equal to 5. Okay, so per our graph, we can see that from this point to this point, y is decreasing in value or in height. Then from this point to this point, y is increasing again in height. So from here, the x value that caused this is from negative 2 to 1.5. Then for the increase from 1.5 to 5. Okay, so the range of values of, according to our graph, the range of values of x for which y or the graph is decreasing, that is -2 less or equal to x less than 1.5. Or we can also say x is less than 1.5 because the values from here up to 1.5 are all less than 1.5. Okay, then the range of values of f for which x is increasing, that is also from 1.5 less than x less or equal to 5. Or we can also say x values that are greater than 1.5 will make the graph to increase. Thanks for watching, and we'll meet in the next lesson. Bye.